I hate this holiday. I consider it a sacrilege to honor it with parties and fireworks, days at the beach, and all the trappings of frivolity. More than that, I hate the gung-ho machinations of the military mindset and the lies of eager high school recruiters with their devious slogans and the air shows and the military parades. Not that I'm a Scrooge. Not that I hate the beach or cookouts or gathering with friends or the great fun thing I have prepared for tomorrow. I just don't like the oil and water mix, the somber, sad reality of death and war with gaiety and celebration. It feels hard and messy. There is no shortage of recognition for those we label patriots and heroes. Veterans Day, November 11, Memorial Day tomorrow. April 9 is National Former Prisoner of War Recognition Day. We salute D-Day on June 6, VE Day on May 8, parades and medals of honor, statues and monuments. And all the while, the ones who die the most in wars are the civilian-targeted populations. Collateral damage. I know people in the military, past and present. They include my brother David, brother John, my father Jack L. Hartsfield, uncles and cousins, and my stepdaughter Lauren, who is right now on assignment in the Caribbean fighting the war on drugs. The Navy being used for that kind of action. It is sad because in many of these cases, I know why they entered military to begin with. And it had nothing to do with sacrificing their lives for the good of the country or to be a hero or to create peace on earth. It is sadder even to me if they do choose to fight and die for these honorable reasons, these cliches, these myths. The last time that our country was attacked, it was 9/11 by the Saudi Arabians. Our response? We befriended the oil-rich Saudi government and went to war with Iraq. In my teenage years, Marines and Navy personnel sat down to Sunday meals with our family and then went off to war in Vietnam. Some of them never to return. Memorial Day releases in me a flood of conflicted thoughts and emotions. I mourn for those who die in war. It matters not the country of their origin or home. The protection of one's home and family, loved ones, the desire to guardian one's sacred land, one's ancestral roots. This is fundamental to the human spirit. People are doing this right now and every day in the Ukraine and Palestine and Israel and on Indian reservations all across our so-called native land. I get that we are blessed. I get that I am ever so especially privileged as an American and white and middle class and former college student with a draft deferment. And I even get, I do, that self-defense is sometimes necessary, both nationwide and at my own front door. But I do not comprehend the glorification of mass killing. It is sad to me when soldiers die in war. It is especially sad when they die in wars that never should have been fought. It is sad because they die for terrible reasons. It is sad because we glorify their deaths with flag waving and fireworks and false hero worship. It is sad because we convince ourselves, and sometimes even them, that they died for heroic reasons. To save and defend our nation, or to keep us safe, or to make us free, or to preserve the peace and security. It is sad because none of those are true. And it is sad because all of them are true. We have made them true by adopting the role of international police, by toppling democratically elected left-wing governments. It is sad because our leaders lie about this all the time, while many of them dodge service themselves and send the less fortunate, underprivileged young people to fight their dirty wars. It is sad because war is always wicked, 10 times deadlier to civilians, women, and children than it is to the soldiers who fight them. It is sad because we are never told the truth. It is sad because anyone who disagrees with war, with the war mythology, is branded, labeled, ostracized, condemned as unpatriotic. All my placards, calling cards, and bumper stickers read, "There is no way to peace. Peace is the way." A.J. Muste. Peace is the only battle worth waging. Albert Camus. You cannot simultaneously prevent and prepare for war. Albert Einstein. Peace is always beautiful. Walt Whitman. The more we sweat in peace, the less we bleed in war. Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. George A. Tiger is an Army chaplain and a therapist. On May 26, 2001, he wrote The Gift of Remembrance. As an Army chaplain and therapist, he wrote, I understand the spiritual, psychological, and physiological foundations of trauma. I can talk for hours about how the body keeps the score, about vagus nerve response, about the flight, fight, or freeze mechanism. I can reflect with you about the spiritual meaning of loss, grief, and suffering, how they fit in your life, and how they can burden the soul if held too tightly. I understand all this, yet not a day goes by when something doesn't bring to mind a young life now gone. Ghosts of what might have been are my everyday companions. I will not let them go, for I fear that if I do that, I will forget. I'm greeted when least expected, he wrote, with waves of unbidden grief, a tightness in the throat, vision blurred a bit by welling tears, a little tremor in my hand. All things that remind me that I will not forget. How many children lost? How many parents grieve? These memories, these ghosts, are necessary reminders of the futility of war and the desperate need for peace in our world. The memories, he writes, which come upon me not as thoughts, but as bodily sensations, have deepened my compassion and steeled commitment to bringing peace to the suffering world. I serve in the U.S. Army, he said. I support the readiness of those who have and will fight the wars our civilian leaders call us to fight. I love the people I am called to serve, knowing full well the deadly reality we will one day face again. How then can I speak of peace? This is the difficulty of a holiday like Memorial Day. Reverend David M. Horst is a community minister serving as a case manager at the New London Homeless Hospitality Center. He's also founder of the Open Circle, a spiritual guidance practice in Norwich, Connecticut. And he is a graduate of Harvard Divinity School. The day I fall in love with Memorial Day will be the day that the words of Reverend Horst come true in his essay, The Last Soldier. I want to close my reflections with this. I saw the parade pass by with the last soldier marching. I saw politicians stand by, not in pride, but in shame, as they recited the names of the dead and admitted their failure. I saw the marching band step in time to silence. No more hymns of glory could they play. I saw mothers and fathers say, "No, I will not sacrifice my child on the altar of a nation's pride." I saw flags no longer madly waved, but held in quiet reverence. I saw the granite statues crack and crumble, symbols to the waste of war. I saw the last soldier give his final salute, and the trumpeter play taps one last time. I saw the end of brutality and death. I saw the graveyard flags turned to shreds by the ceaseless wind. So may it be. Amen.